What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week 37. Yes, two more game weeks to go. Game Week 37 team selection stream. So we got 61 points minus 4. That was like what, 57? 57? Um, Unfortunately, if I didn't do the hit, I would actually been better off. But can't do much about it now. It is what it is. So we're going to be looking into obviously the upcoming game week. This is what the team looks like right now. We'll discuss transfers as well. Um, and obviously how, because the transfers I do now, I need to also think about game week 38. So we'll have to think about who we want in 38, who we want now. Will a hit be required or not? All of that kind of has to be discussed as well. And also because there are obviously games with City and Palace, that is post FA Cup. No idea if Palace happen to beat City. Will the Palace team against Wolves even be the strongest Palace team? Nothing that, well, we can't really control that, so we kind of have to hope for the best. So at this moment, this is what the team looks like. I'll show you guys in terms of transfers. Let's discuss transfers as well. Obviously, we had the podcast on the Monday with Mira, and we discussed a few teams target and Watkins name came up quite a lot. So that is one transfer that I'm looking at as well. So obviously, I'll talk through my moves in terms of that. And also, I will bring up your teams as well. So shout out to Manish, Nick, Andy, 1FDE, and Com. Welcome as well. Hope you are all doing well. Manish says I'll be captain Sharda on 48 points, 250th in the league. Let me just load up your teams that I can look at it after I've explained through mine. So this is Manish's. Tommy Nick says hello everyone. Andy says hey all, hit the like. He's a good dude, isn't he? Thank you very much. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Well done, good points this week. Indeed, small green arrow though, but it is. We'll take it anyway. 1FDE. I have wildcard 2 and bench boost remaining. Really confused on how to play these chips. Oh, okay. We'll have a look at your team. Can you tell me where in the mini league you are? Oh, actually, I'll just load your team up. Like since you sent your ID. What was it? Zero. That's yours, Manuel. Manuel, make sure to join the mini league. Manish, this is Manish's team. Me too. Mad deadline week last week, indeed. Hopefully this week. The thing is, this week's deadline is so early, guys. 3 o'clock deadline. Anyways, it's fine. We'll be up. Now we wildcard now to create bench boost next week. That's the best approach. That is a possible approach. The only problem is you might not know who starts next week. Game week 38 could see quite a few changes in terms of transfers and everything. And in that case, you will be in a situation where you go, you're not like, you'll be in a situation where some of your bench boost players might not be available as well. But look at your team right now and then decide. Com, how are you doing? Hi, Ryan and chat. I'm out shortly. The only defensive thing I'm stuck on is play Antonio away to Palace or play Cucurella at home to Man United. I would probably might actually play Cucurella at home to Man United. Is probably what I'm thinking. It's scenario-based suggestion. Are you chasing rank or not? 1FD, what does your bench look like currently? This is what 1FD's bench looks like. Brennan Johnson, Van Dijk, Murphy. I mean, so Henderson plays. It's hard to say whether you want to bench boost this or not. Could even potentially bench boost this for this week. You could wildcard. The only problem is if you wildcard now, I mean, you could get players that might actually play in both games. Just had to hope that they play both games. Beto, Delap, Vardy to fit in a strong mid or Watkins. They are the option narratives for a lot of people. So differentials are a question a lot will ask too. Yep. But does the team look okay for bench boost 37? Just Dunk is the issue. Dunk? Where do you have Dunk? Have I not loaded the right team? 132. Oh no, I haven't loaded the right team. Sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad. 403 you said. Wrong team, wrong team. This is the team. Join the mini league. Shihab, how are you doing? Finally caught the stream on a break. Fair enough. I'll send you my team, man. Should take a -4 for Watkins. Okay, let's have a look as well. I'm chasing anything I can get. Fair enough. If you really want to go full send, I'll go Ain't Nuri, but Kukurea would be a safe pick. Won't Kukurea be a much more lower EO pick than Ain't Nuri? Villa will let in a goal wild card end of the season. I'm hoping they don't. Should Bayern get Cunha and Delap? They should definitely get Cunha. Delap, yeah, but I would like to get a slightly more better player if possible. But Cunha, yes, for sure. Okay, so this is one FD's team, which isn't actually too bad for a bench boost this week. Get this team with Eze as well. Yeah, I mean, except for Fabianski, right? Except for Fabianski, who can switch and dunk as well. The rest is actually not too bad for a bench boost this week. I might go a -4 to get Salah out. Ooh, better for this week then, bench. We need to win Europa League to get... Yeah, we need to win Europa League to get a lot of people anyways. So we'll see. For Gyökeres, yeah, fair enough. Alright, now, this was Manish's team as well. Manish is looking at Captain Shada. Who are you looking to remove, Manish, to Captain Shada? Brighton are set to score. Against who? Against Liverpool? Possible. I seen Liverpool in the pool. Actually, in the pool pictures. 21st in the league, one free transfer, 1.5 million in the bank. My aim was top 50k, but I want to try and get higher now. Obviously, move is Mateta to Watkins, thinking Salah to Palmer for a -4, or would you skip the hit? Villa need Champions League badly. We all know it as Villa fans. Yep. Removed Elanga. Removed Elanga to get Sade in. Oh, interesting moves. Okay, fair enough. Let me load. What was it? Sihab as well. And while I load Sihabs, by the way, this is one of these. I mean, apart from Dunk and Fabianski, you can move the two of them out. A bench boost for this team is not too bad, I would say. What are you missing? Like, what players would you want to have? I guess Aston Villa players you would want to have this week. Apart from Aston Villa players, who else would you have on a bench boost if you were to Oh no, you can't. Yeah, if you wildcard this week, would you change anything? Maybe you'd get Aston Villa players if you wildcard this week. Who else would you get in? You might get some Bournemouth players, but that's for next week's fixture mainly. I'm wondering if you should just use the wildcard as a free hit chip. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Whether you just use the wildcard as a free hit chip. I sent my team on Instagram, right? Alright, I'll bring it up. I also got Freddy's team, but Freddy said he might not be able to join the stream today, but I'll bring his team up as well. Let me load Andy's team up. Let me react to this so I know I've read it. Here we go. This is Andy's team. Pickford, Coyote. I know. I actually watched that Brentford game. He played really well, to be honest. Coyote, pretty good fullback they managed to find. Guardiola, Munoz, Embuemo, De Bruyne, Salah, Saka, Bowen, Beto, and Wissa. Cunha on the bench. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, fair enough. I guess. I'm wondering if there's a way to start Cunha, but Yeah, I mean, you could potentially start Kunya if you wanted to, but yeah, the team looks pretty decent to be honest. Only got wildcard left, but there are no point of me doing the wildcard chip. You got wild. Your team could wildcard Manish if you wanted to. It's up to you in terms of how you want to play the wildcard chip. You could wildcard this team. Fabianski to maybe a Leicester keeper for Varun. Yeah, Fabianski to a Leicester keeper is one option. Dunk could go to, depending on budget. Dunk could actually even go to. Who would you actually put Dunk to? Is the question. Maybe another Everton defender, probably not. Maybe a Aston Villa defender like a Konsa. Dunk to a Konsa maybe. Also, well done for hitting 1K. That will help your numbers start of next season now. Indeed, yes. Thank you very much. I'm already looking at ideas for next season in terms of not only for the channel, but like also like for YouTube memberships. So for the members area, I'm looking at like thinking of ideas of what we could do for the members area as well. For anyone who does take the memberships. So thinking of that as well for next season. So quite a few things that I need to read. I need to see what will work for the members area. That's something that I want to focus on next season as well. Who should I sell for wildcard to help me? We'll have a look. King Junior, welcome. How are you doing? Better for one game than bench last game and buy whoever you like more or less for last game. Yeah, that's one. Joe Pedro for last game. Anyone? I'm looking at Joe Pedro as well. Do I need to look at fixtures and good stats versus opponent's team and captain and select? Look at teams like Aston Villa versus Spurs, good fixture for Aston Villa. Chelsea versus Man United, probably good fixture for Chelsea. West Ham versus Forest, this is a very cagey affair. Anything can happen. Everton, like Beto, decent fixture against Southampton. So look at teams with good fixtures for this week and next week and get them in on a wild card. That's probably what I would do if you're wildcarding this week. This was Shihab's team. 21st in the league, 1.5. Aim was to get top 50k, but want to move higher now. So obviously Shihab has got 30k. Question is, can he push higher? I don't know if is top 10k. How much is the gap between you and top 10k, Shihab? Do you know how much is the gap? But if you can push higher, yeah, Mateta to Watkins definitely sounds like a move I don't mind doing. In terms of Palmer, I don't know whether Salah to Palmer for a hit. I don't know. If anything, I'd rather think of like Salah to Saka instead, because you get Saka for next week as well. More than like the whole Salah to Palmer. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm underestimating Palmer. I don't. What does the chat think? Let me know. Am I underestimating Palmer, or is it worth making the move? I'm planning on buying an Arsenal midfielder, but I don't want Saka. I want a differential like Martinelli or Trossard. Which one do you suggest? If Trossard is fit, it would be Trossard for me. That's the one I was also looking at. I was also looking at Trossard, but I need to know whether he's going to be fit or not. Early release videos on punts for channel members. Yeah, that is something I could do as well. Some people can't afford subscription and look after your old fans. Yeah, make them others. You need them with big numbers. Yeah, that's what. So the early release videos is definitely one option, and then that gets released. Like let's say if I record a video on a Monday, it will be there for Monday, Tuesday for the members, and then Wednesday it goes out for everyone else. Stuff like that is also definitely possible. I've tried to make the base tier of memberships as well as cheap as possible. So, but yeah, definitely, I need to consider everyone. Do you think Cucurella is worth buying or no? But one thing I will add is main content will always be for everyone. It's just like extra content if anyone really wanted. Do you think Cucurella is worth buying or no? So they have Man United this week, and then next week they've got Forest. Against Man United, Cucurella is not too bad. If you're doing it for a transfer and not on a wild card or anything, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do a defense. Okay, unless your defense is really, really bad, I would probably not spend a transfer on a defender. Is kind of where I am at. Unless you want to free up funds to try and like increase the budget in attack. But I would probably not spend a transfer on defense, is what I'm thinking. Others, let me know your thoughts in terms of that. Palmer is big, but I think Chelsea and Forest bottle top 5. That's possible. Right, I've got to go out now. If you haven't hit the like, please do. Don't forget to leave a message in the chat after the live stream has finished. And good luck, everyone. Yes, good luck as well, Com. Best of luck to you. We'll be live anyway for the deadline stream, so I can see Com back in then. I forgot to put a comment in the chat. Thanks for the reminder. Yes, indeed. Don't forget. This is Andy's team. Andy's team also we had a look at. Looks pretty good. Any changes? Andy, you said you were going to change anything? Oh, is this team set like this? I have Pickford, who is great this week, but next week he plays against Newcastle. Can I keep him or no? Play Pickford this week. Next week, honestly, it might be in a situation where even Newcastle probably have secured Champions League football, and they might not need to take the next week's fixture as serious as well. So I wouldn't go changing a goalkeeper. Maybe taking a -4 with Watkins. So how are you getting Watkins? Is that like a Cunha to Watkins, or how is that move happening? Or a Visa to Watkins? Or also, this is what I was planning on doing. So this is currently what my team would look like for this week. Now I was thinking of doing Watkins. The only way I can do Watkins is if I remove Isak. So there are a few things that I was thinking. One, I can remove Isak for Watkins this week. And then when I go to Game Week 38, if I really wanted Saka, the only way for me to get Saka is either removing Salah and not having to take a hit, but Salah against Palace at home on the final day could be a pretty good fixture, or removing KDB, which ends up meaning I had to bring Saka in for KDB, but I still would need to take a hit because not enough budget. And in that specific situation, I remove Mateta, and I can bring in another forward for like 7.1. Or I keep KDB, right? But I didn't want to remove him. I could remove someone like a Embuemo against Wolves, bring in Saka, and remove Mateta, and bring in. I have 5.7 in the bank. So if I wanted a forward at that price tag, Joao Pedro against Spurs on the final day. To have a team like this, I wanted to captain Saka. I also have the triple captaincy option, which means if I wanted to triple captain Saka, that's a possibility. I could also triple captain Salah, to be honest, in Game Week 38, which I don't mind doing as well, because I'm not going to get top 100k. So my main aim is to win the head-to-head of this. I just need to win head-to-head. That is my main aim, win head-to-head of Australian Elite. Wish I won Palmer, but selling Salah for a hit is a bit much. But then again, Salah is in Dubai on holiday. I know. I saw those photos. I'm like, what? Like this team is like just given out. Like they're like, yeah, we won the league. We don't have to take any of the games seriously anymore. So yeah, last game of the season, Palace get dropped. You notice yellow flag, so they don't have players get dropped, so you don't notice. Yeah, and give them a rest if not. Yeah, exactly. That's what. So if Palace win the FA Cup, then they don't really have much to kind of this thing. So if you win the head to head, you survive in the league. Yes, basically. If I win the head to head, I survive in the league. Um, the thing is, top 17 survive, and for me to get top 17, it's like 23-66. It's 64-point gap in 2 game weeks. 64-point gap is kind of hard to claw. That's just like, yeah, nah, that's asking for a lot. 66 points. So maybe the other option, the slightly more easier option, might be for me to win the head to head instead, which is also not going to be easy, to be honest. So I'm playing this guy called Ross, who this is what his team looks like, which is kind of similar to mine in some extent. So if I was to put his team, I went copy. I went and put his team here. This is what his team would look like for this week. Let's assume he wants to start. Will he start Luis Diaz against Brighton? Probably, right? Even if he benched Ismail Sarr. So I don't know what transfer he's going to do, but from this team, I have Martinez, Munoz, Guardiol. Konsa is one differential. I've got KDB, Bowen. So it's I have Ruben Diaz versus his Konsa. He's got Bowen. I have he's got Bowen and I got Morgan Rogers basically. And Buemo we both have. And I've got Ismail Sarr for Mamouche effectively. Visa we both have, and Watkins also we will both have if I bring in Watkins. So it's basically Mamouche, Luis Diaz, Bowen, and Konsa. Those are the 4 differential players right now, assuming he benches Sa. If he doesn't bench Sa and he starts Sa over Luis Diaz, then it goes down to 3 differential players: Konsa, Bowen, and Mamouche, plus 1 free transfer, which I don't know what he will do with the 1 free transfer. You have chips, it's just possible. I know, we'll have to see. Oh, you mean like the winning the head to head? Head to head, maybe 60 points in terms of a mini league. That's a bit more harder. Did you answer the Pickford question? Yes, I did. Basically said to keep Pickford because this week he most likely will keep a clean sheet. Next week you might be in a situation where maybe Newcastle don't have to take their game seriously. If a draw is enough for Newcastle, maybe a 0-0, you get lucky potentially. So I wouldn't spend a transfer on Pickford, is what I said. Like removing Pickford. So yeah, I don't know who this guy is going to spend his transfer on. Like I look at his team, is already pretty good. It's crazy because this guy is like, I think he's built a team. He's like 2.3 million. He's, I think, recent. When did he wildcard? Because the team looks solid. He's had a look at this. He's had an insane rise from Game Week 29. So he wildcarded in Game Week 30. So since Game Week 30, he's been in a really good hot streak. Look at the points: 70, 75, 88, 70, 78. Massive points as well. How's everyone sound? I think my internet has gone slow. Is it gone slow? Is it? Am I breaking or what's it looking like? It shows my connection seems to be fine. It says my connection is fine. Sound is perfect here. Okay, it's okay now. Okay, nice. So currently, okay, so here's my thoughts because obviously what I do in Game Week 37 is going to affect Game Week 38 as well. So one is obviously Watkins getting for Isaac this week. And then next week I will have to take in game week 38. I take a hit, which is if I really want to bring Saka in, and there are a few ways to bring Saka in. One is either sell Salah directly, don't have to take a hit. Sell KDB, which means would need to take a hit for whichever. Maybe Mateta can be taken off, and I can bring in a forward at 7.1. To bring in a forward at 7.1, we're basically looking like Cunha and below. So who would step up? Maybe the one I was thinking was, I think Joe Pedro against Spurs was what I was thinking in anyways. So let's say if I wanted to keep KDB, then the other option is removing Embuemo for Saka. Oh, can I remove Morgan Rogers? I probably wouldn't remove Rogers against United because it's a good fixture. So it'll have to be Embuemo. That's if I wanted Saka in. Now, if I didn't want Saka, and let's say I wanted a Trossard, for example, which I actually don't mind as well. I can bring Trossard in. Let's say if I bring Trossard in for Ismail Sarr, I can then remove Mateta and bring in a 6.4 million striker for a hit. Again, it's another hit. Again, this might just be Joe Pedro. Again, assuming Joe Pedro starts. Now, if Joe Pedro doesn't start, I'm a bit more in a mess. But yeah. So I'll be taking a hit in game week 38, which generally hit in one game week might not necessarily work out. And then I don't know who I bench even, to be honest. Wait. Isak to Watkins. 38. It would be Trossard. Yeah. And then Mateta to Joe Pedro. And in this case, like, who do I bench? I have no idea who I would bench in this midfield. Rogers? Probably not, right? Try have a route for Saka if needed last game of the season. Yeah, if you don't mind, can you take a look at my team? 122? Yes, I will bring it up. Saka last game is a risk if not returning this week. Salah might be a sell. Can you see yourself capping him? I can see myself putting the triple captaincy on Salah in game week 38. Can you, Sandri, how are you doing? Can you have a look on mini league Syria? Can you tell me where you are in the mini league, Sandy, so I can bring your team up as well? But I can see myself capping Salah, triple captaincy Salah in 38 as well, to be honest. So yeah, the other option is I take a hit in 37. The thing is, if I take a hit in 37, the player I want in 37 might not be the player I want in 38 as well. Like I probably might not want them in 38. If I get them in this week, I don't know. Like if I did Isak to Watkins, the best striker I can go and get would be Beto in Game Week 37, not Joe Pedro. But I wouldn't want Beto in 38. Unless I had enough cash. No, I would only have enough cash to either get rid of Embuemo, KDB, or Salah, or Osaka. Man, this is so confusing. Like I wouldn't start Beto, but at the same time, if I bought him Beto, right, I wouldn't want to start Ismail Sarr against Liverpool. And I wouldn't want to start Beto in against Newcastle. So like taking a hit this week in 37 doesn't seem likely for me at this moment. So as things stand, I'm thinking 37 just Watkins, Isak to Watkins, and then 38 potentially a hit. I don't know. What do you think about Murphy out? I don't mind that actually. I don't mind Murphy out. All right, let me load King Junior and Sandri. So King Junior first at 122. And then Sandry 177. Alright, so King Junior. Pickford, Munoz, Williams, Guardiola, Salah, Embuemo. Oh, you have Joseph Sa as well. Oh, you don't have to take Pickford out then. Oh, okay. Crystal Palace and Brentford. I see what you mean. Rogers. So King Junior. Probably selling Bruno Fernandes this week. What's the play? What is the play? And while I do that, let me close some of these teams. And this is obviously Sandry. 60 points after the hit. Yeah, Sandry's on. How much is the lead? Oh, that's a pretty big lead at this point, Sandry. That's like 45 point lead. I think you should be fine now. They've got Jackson red card as well. Bowen they bench. They'll start Bowen this week. They'll probably look to get Watkins in. Yeah, so they'll do like might do Jackson to Watkins to get Watkins in. Yeah, I think you're fine, Sandry. I think you're fine in terms of your lead. Who do you have? Oh, you benched Wan Bissaka. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky on that one. Well, but at least you started Ariola over Raya. So that kind of paid off as well. Only buy players with something to play for if you want them for the last game of the season. You might give yourself a fire. That is also possibility true. Which is why Joe Pedro, Brighton. I mean, if he starts, then I don't mind taking a hit to buy him in. Milenkovic. Milenkovic. I mean, how do you. You don't expect Forest to concede 2 against Leicester, right? Usually. Murphy out, Palmer in. Oh, you can do such a move. Yeah, then I don't. Oh, would I do it though? Who are you not getting in by getting Palmer in top and time? Are you missing out on Aston Villa players? Or Arsenal like Saka? Even Saka, I don't know if Saka is essential, guys. Like, yes, he has Southampton next week, but his form has been so poor for the last. Well, okay, form hasn't been poor. He's actually been playing really well. Just that his points haven't been coming. So I don't know. Pedro can get 14 points in a game. Yeah, which is why I don't mind having him for that last game, especially against Spurs. Right? We don't know what type of team Spurs will have put out. But yeah, Sandy, I think you will be fine in your mini league. 45 points. I think that's a pretty decent lead. Now you just have to captain the same player that they are more likely to captain, and then you can like kind of close it out the mini league. Saka, maybe you can get away with no Gunners players other than him. That's a maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking Salah and Marmoush to Palmer and Watkins. Thoughts? Salah and Marmoush to Palmer and Watkins. Oh, can't you just do Marmoush to Watkins? Won't that alone be enough? Do we really need to remove Salah? Up to you in terms of whether you wanted to. The other thing is, are you looking to get top 1 million? That's the other question to you. Are you looking top 1 million as a rank? I think Marmush to Watkins definitely. Salah to Palmer. Both haven't been performing. Maybe it could work out, to be honest. I don't mind if you wanted to do it. The thing with removing Salah is we know Liverpool can on their day find like he can get that returns. Salah, he's still chasing records, right? He's still chasing the assist record and whatnot. So it is possible he can get something. But it's up to you in terms of your risk appetite. Not really bothered about rank, but as you know, I'm a Chelsea fan. Fair enough. And if you can beat Manchester United, then you can most likely lock yourself in Champions League. Like Champions League football should be fine and confirmed. You can beat United. Every man and his dog has Salah. If you sell him and it works out, it's double the points for you. That is very true. That is very, very true. Yeah. See, that's the same thing. Like I also don't mind selling Salah for my team. It's just that I'm thinking, I actually don't mind even potentially captaining Salah on the final day. Again, it's Liverpool at Anfield. I have no idea what Liverpool team turn up as well. That's another thing. Palmer and Saka are buy. I think Saka is a buy for the last week. Palmer, I don't know. It's away from home. It's Forest at home. Might not. I wouldn't go getting Palmer in Game Week 38. If you're getting Palmer, you get Palmer this week against Man United. Otherwise, you don't get Palmer at all. Not really. Aston Villa will win, I'm sure. Aston Villa will win, but as long as Chelsea also win, then it goes down to the final day. Then it's a bit of a tussle. I think Aston Villa will also beat Manchester United. So Aston Villa, I think, will get 6 points from the next 2 games. It's whether Chelsea can get 6 points as well. Saka has blanked alongside Salah, thinking of selling both of them. That is also not. I'm not against that. Have you guys seen the stat that I think it was no player above 8.5 million or something has returned since. Let me find the stat. Since game week 28, no player priced above 8.3 million make the top 20 FPL point scorers. That's the stat. Since game week 28. Since game week 28, no player above 8.3 million have made the top 20 FPL point scorers. What's your suggestion made? Transfers and captain. Captaincy at this moment, I am on Watkins. We have matchups. Let me actually bring this up. Because in the podcast, we couldn't do this. But now we have the data to show it. This is the market odds for this week from Rob T. Which has just come in. It came in yesterday. So I bought this up now. I mean, something like 2.65. I think Watkins is definitely up there for captaincy. Chelsea on 2.45, so you would say Palmer. But with Jackson also sent off, will Palmer actually be that main player? Like, is he better without Jackson? Not really, right? Everton 2.1 goals, which is why Beto not a bad option, to be honest, for this week. City 2.2. We will beat Spurs, and I hate playing Man United as a Villa fan. You always beat us. Yeah, but then that is like past Manchester United teams. This is the worst Manchester United ever. Nehal, how are you doing? On free hit 38, KDB to Palmer or Marmush to Vardy? Oh. Free hit 38. I would probably go KDB to Palmer. KDB. Part of me thinks Marmoush starts against Bournemouth. I'm thinking KDB to Palmer. Is there any other way to get to Palmer? You know what? Very cheap defense. All players over 8 million in your attack, like the start of the season for 3 weeks. Finally score line last game of the season. Always, yep. Have one free transfer to use this week. Hmm. Don't you have Mateta or someone, Nihal, that you can sell? Whoever is not being moved will be benched anyways. Oh, what? You're gonna be benching like a KDB or a Marmoush? Oh my days. Uh, hmm. The more upside player that you're bringing in is Palmer, right? Palmer has the higher upside than Vardy. But look at Palmer's form in the last since January. Since the start of the year, Palmer's form has just been mm, pretty poor. As data is shown, Palmer can do damage. That's why I'm thinking of selling Salah. Yeah, that is true. Already have Watkins and Visa. Ah, fair enough. Then, based of everything, Mamouche. Man, such a hard decision. Granted, right now is Bowen, Mbemo, Salah, KDB, Rogers. Ah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, Watkins and Visa as well. Alright, I see what you mean. In that case, maybe I would probably remove Mamouche and go Jamie Vardy. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm thinking. Just because like Palmer's form hasn't been that great as well. But look at that, like 2.45 in terms of goals. Andy says, "What do you suggest?" I am kind of lost. It's so hard to tell, right? Me personally, I am happy to back against Palmer, like my team as well. Like I'm happy for people to go and get Palmer, and I'm happy to back against it. Which means I don't think Palmer. That means I'm thinking that Palmer might not do too much damage because his form hasn't been great, and Chelsea's form hasn't been great as well. Rubbish way of thinking. Man City, they already got third. They can play KDB, and if he gets injured, it will not affect him in out of contract. KDB starts. I think KDB starts most likely because of the last home game as well for him as a Man City player. I think KDB will start. I think maybe Marmoush is someone I would remove to get Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy, one more goal away from 200 goals. Playing Ipswich, last home game for Leicester. Mind it. You want to, and Marmoush people, a lot of people have sold Marmoush already. Enzo has had better numbers than Palmer the last 2 months. Yeah, which is why I don't like. I'm not necessarily sold on getting Palmer in. It's kind of where I'm at. Also, for um people who are an assistant manager, I think Potter this week is pretty good option. Um, with Liverpool on the beach, is Herzler not a bad shout as well? Anyone? I've been Herzler as well, but I think Potter is slightly someone I prefer slightly more. Could be Neto too, since yeah, exactly. Neto could be the one playing the striker spot potentially with um um with Jackson sent off. Now the other question is, do you guys think what's the kid? Is it this guy? No, who is that kid that they had? George. Wasn't this lad playing forward as well, Tariq George? Or am I mistaken in that? Muhin, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. But maybe Neto will be the one who plays the striker spot, right? Potentially. Decisions to make. Gui is injured. Yeah, fair enough. A lot of options this week. Beto, Vardy, Palmer, Watkins. Yeah, that's what. There are all like options. I think Watkins is the main solid one. The other ones are like could work out, may not work out. Don't know. So me as well. I need to think. I think Watkins is who I'll get this week. Joe Pedro is very tempting. I want to see what Herzler says about Joe Pedro. Even Joe Pedro this week against Liverpool might not be too bad. But yeah. One second. Tyreek George. Yes, Tyreek George. Exactly. That's the guy, right? So he played forward a couple times as well, right? Do we think he'll play? Or will it just be Neto? It might be Neto, right? The game's a bit more important. I don't see Maresca playing Tyreek George. Wasn't he playing on the wing? Was he? We'll see. Let's have a look, shall we? I don't even know which game to look. Yeah, look at this Tyreek George in the Europa League. Up front. But this is Europa League. And fair to say, Maresca hasn't taken it too seriously yet. Against Liverpool, obviously, it was Jackson. Before that, when did Jackson come back? Nkunku played some games. Yeah, Nkunku is not playing at all. It's Jackson again. Yeah, I don't know. See, Neto was the one against Arsenal, which is why I think Neto might get a chance as well. Also, we need to keep in mind Jadon Sancho is not eligible to play this week. So they're down another winger as well, which means Neto will most definitely play because Sancho can't play at all. Yeah, we are slacking defensively. Everyone is so switched off after winning the league. Wolves or Joe are not a bad shouts with Tottenham next. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Because I was thinking of getting Joe Pedro next week anyways for a hit. Now I'm just wondering whether it's maybe this week itself I should do that. But I don't know. I don't want to take a hit. Feels odd because I'm in this head-to-head competition and I'm wondering like this guy is who I'll be playing. Would I take a hit? I don't know. Maybe taking a hit might be asking for it. Like it's a hit versus Ismail Sarr against Wolves. Not too bad for Ismail Sarr, right, against Wolves. Even if he gets an assist like he did this week, at least 5 points. That's with a hit, it's like 9 points. Which Joe Pedro could match as well, but very unlikely, right, against Liverpool. I don't know. I'm kind of confused at this moment. It's hard to tell because we don't know what Palace team will come out against Wolves. Would you prefer to go Watkins for Isak for no hit or Watkins and Palmer in for Marmush and Salah for a -4? I don't know if I would do the -4. I feel like removing Salah for a hit. It's not like Salah can't score against Brighton and Palace, right? I think the bigger problem is the fact that freaking Liverpool are on the beach at this point. Look at this, 1.75 expected goals. That's a bit low, right, for Liverpool usually. That's why I'm like wondering, is it really worth removing Salah for a hit? I don't know. Especially when he's like up in there for like Salah is definitely a captaincy option as well, right, for this week. Yes, form has been down the drain, but yeah, I think it's definitely a risk appetite question. Like, are you willing to take on the risk? I don't mind taking it on. It depends on what you're trying to gain. Champions League spot, Ghana's second, Man City or Newcastle, Villa, who's fifth. I think it's Chelsea that bottled it. Rest of the teams, apart from Forest and Man City, Chelsea are on form. Before that, it was Neto and Nkunku. Yeah, all on form. Gunners are okay form. Villa, Newcastle have the bit. Brighton also pushing. Brighton also pushing for eighth place. Yes, that's also true. Thing is, we're saying eighth place now. Come the time these games are, eighth place might not be up for grabs even, because FA Cup would have happened, right? FA Cup would have happened before these Premier League games kick off. And if Crystal Palace have won the FA Cup, that means that eighth place doesn't get Europe. So who knows? But you have to assume that City are the ones who are going to win the FA Cup and play according to that, right? Odds would prefer City to win. Odds would say that City win the FA Cup, which means eighth place should be up for grabs. How are Brighton in terms of the league? Yeah, 55, same. Yeah, fair enough. They've got to go for it as well, Brighton. They need to win against Liverpool. Man City on the beach. Man City are not really on the beach, are they? They still need to win. They can't afford to lose. That's for sure, because Aston Villa and Chelsea could easily get it. Brighton and Palace were once Sal's favorite opposition, but those were the days when both teams struggled. That's my narrative. Fine. Can you take a look at my team and let me know what I can fix? Didn't I have a look? Wasn't this the team, King Jr.? Please check my team, T Valentino. Yes, I can, top and Tine. Where are you in the mini league, top and Tine? Found it. Alright, so this was 122. Yeah, this is your team, isn't it, King Jr.? Halasa, sell if you can. Even Munoz would sells defenders this time. I wouldn't sell Munoz. I think he'll play. Man City mid mindset on the bench. It must be very frustrating for the fans. City, I don't know, man. I don't know how they didn't score against Southampton. Yes, but I had to go out with my family, so I didn't say here what I said. Okay. So basically, what did I say? Oh yeah, I asked you, were you taking out Bruno Fernandes? That was one question. And in terms of Pickford, I told you can keep Pickford because not too bad this week. Next week against Newcastle, honestly, if you wanted to, you could probably play Jose Sa as well instead. But I don't mind keeping Pickford. So Bruno Fernandes to who? And the other question I had for you was, are you looking at getting Watkins in? If so, how are you getting Watkins in? Was another question I had for you. That's not my team. No, that's not your team, Topantine. This is your team. Obviously, Topantine with the assistant manager of Thomas Frank has paid off. Well done, Topantine. 71 points. Jacob Murphy, Embuemo. I guess Murphy and Mateta are the players you might look at wanting to get rid of. What's the plan, Topantine, with your team? What is your plan? I was planning on getting Watkins in for Marmoush. Yes. Do you have the budget for that? No. Who are you going to remove? I guess you remove Bruno Fernandes as well, right? To fund it. Then the question for you is, and Martinelli in for Bruno. So that's how you're getting your Arsenal asset. Fair enough. So that's your Arsenal pick for next week as well. Yeah, fair enough. I can see that. Fair enough. Topantine is Saka, Salah out. Saka? You don't have Saka, Topantine. What do you mean Saliba? They are annoying. Who Salah? With all that money. Yeah, fair enough. I can understand that. Who are you looking at removing? Apart from Salah? And Martinelli in for Bruno. Fair enough. I think that's pretty good. I think Jenny, I don't mind those moves. So Martinelli will be your player for next week against Southampton. And then if you really wanted to get someone else as well, you can have a look at it. Yeah, okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind tripling on Arsenal in 38. Which means you need to get rid of Merino, right? Top end day? Oh, you don't need to. But yeah, you probably could. Don't know who you're gonna get in easily. Merino out too. Yeah, how many players? But you can't be selling all of them, right? You have what? How many free transfers? You have like one free transfer. So anything else you do is like a hit. I was also considering Evan Nilsson for the last week. Yeah, Evan Nilsson is also someone I don't mind. How much is Evan Nilsson versus Joe Pedro? Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson is 5.8. Joe Pedro is 5.5. Ah, fair enough. So if I was to do Watkins, I did Evan Nilsson. Can I still get? Oh, why is Saka so expensive? Great. I probably don't go and get Saka. 10.3, 10.2. Can Saka fall in price, please? Would be great if he can fall in price. Maybe I just don't go and get. Maybe I probably just don't get Saka at all. I don't know. We'll see. I might go Martinelli. Ideally, I would love to go Trossard. That's the thing. Trossard is the one I want to go for, but he has to be available. Evan Nilsson, I don't mind against Ipswich as well if you wanted to. Could pay off. Oh, against Leicester, sorry. Yeah, could pay off. Potentially could pay off. One second. And he says, I'm trying to get Saka in. Football -8 if you're triple captain one of the players, maybe high risk, high reward. How, for me, -8. I don't know if I'll -8 on the final day. Like if I was close to top 100k, then I would have thought about it. But when I'm not close to top 100k, and when I'm playing head to head, I have to be a bit more careful. Can't really take too many hits with head to head. So I had to think about it a bit more. If I was close to top 100k, then I would have thought about it. I would have probably taken a crazy risk, but no. So we'll see. First, I need to get past this week in head to head as well. If I can get past this week's head to head, we'll see who I face in the final, and then we'll think about it. If I get knocked out in this week's head to head, I will most definitely do something crazy in Game Week 38. Because then I have nothing to lose. Question is, do I really want to take a hit for this week for Joe Pedro against Liverpool? And bench Ismail Sarr, who could potentially play against Wolves. Tough decision. Oh, -8 now to have all the big hitters head to head this time of season. No, if I take a -8 now, I'll be in a bit of a problem. Like, who are the big hitters? So I'll get Isak for Watkins. What are the other big hitters that I really want? Any other big hitter has to have at least 6 points more than the person I'm removing for this week. That's the only thing. I don't know who exactly. Yes, I get for a -4 last game as I'm a Villa fan. Yeah, I mean last game -4. I actually don't mind. That I might end up doing if I need Saka. We'll see. Um. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Uh, at this moment, I'm thinking Isak to Watkins, and then see how it goes. Strip defense, put all in attack. But I need Saliba for the last week. This season has been a waste on money on expensive players that return little. Yeah, that I agree with you. That I fully agree with you. I think Salah at the start obviously was Salah until game week. Salah until he signed his new contract was on insane form. After that, it's just been kind of poor. But Liverpool as well, after they won the title, have kind of dropped off as well. All right, I think we will end it there. Were there any questions, King Junior? Any questions? Nehal, if Palace win if win, then they are guaranteed Europe. Yeah, if Palace win the FA Cup, they are definitely guaranteed Europe as well. Did I miss anyone's teams that I was supposed to look at? Muhin, do you want me to look at a team? Let me know. I will make. So, is anyone playing a free hit this week that they need a free hit draft video this week, or is it okay if I just make a free hit 38 video? I don't know if many people will be playing a free hit this week. Spending as many hits as possible in week 38. Be careful if on spend. Okay, depends on what you're wanting to achieve. Yes, but with one game week to go, not like multiple hits might not necessarily pay off. But yeah. Thanks, Ryan, and everyone. Remember to leave a comment after the stream helps. Yes, indeed. Do remember to leave a comment. Now, tomorrow I am apparently going to be live on the FPL Addicts pod on their podcast tomorrow, 9 p.m. Sydney time, which is 11 a.m. GMT. So basically, the same time as this stream started, I'll be live on the FPL Addicts pod as a guest tomorrow for their podcast. Is what what I have been told. So I'll see you guys there. But then obviously I will be live here. Deadline stream Friday night deadline, people. Friday night deadline. Don't forget. Don't miss out. Obviously it's a very late deadline, so we will definitely be live for that one. Murphy and Mateta subs and assistant manager pick. Assistant manager pick. These are your options. Do you want to go Frank to Potter? I don't mind getting top and 10. If you wanted to go and get Potter in, I don't mind Potter against Forest. Ursula is the other option against Liverpool. So you could go for one of those two. I would definitely go for a table bonus. Spend the transfer and go and get a table bonus manager and try it. I want most of those super green fixtured players. Then that's against the relegation sides. I'll try get on 12k UK time. Yep, indeed. So assistant manager, Potter or Hersler. I slightly favoring Potter at the moment given Forest and their form, but yeah. And then you said Murphy and Mateta subs. Yeah, I think I don't mind that in terms of your team as well. Which means who will you be starting? So you start Pau Torres. You can start Pau Torres. Why is it 20 minutes? You'd start. Who are you starting? Oh, you were doing moves right this week. Okay, you were getting Watkins and all in. All right. anyways, I will have a look at all of your teams. If you have further questions, put them in the comments. Hopefully, I have read everyone's teams out as well. If I have missed anyone, please do let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely reply to you guys. Friday deadline stream, so I'll see you all on Friday. I mean transfer out. Oh, to transfer out between Murphy and Mateta, I would transfer Mateta at this moment, just based on like Mateta is. Here's the thing, Mateta, this guy just doesn't. His minutes are bad. I just get rid of him, to be honest. Mateta is the first player I would get rid of. Murphy, at least I know he can get you some amount of points. And game week 38 against Everton, also not too bad of a fixture to have. So honestly, if you were looking to remove someone, it would be Mateta first for me. Thanks again, everyone. Stream 2, you're all cool. Thank you, Andy. So yeah, for me, it'll be Mateta first. If you wanted to transfer Murphy out as well, you could look to bring in Kevin Chade maybe, or you could look to bring in. I mean, Enzo has been mentioned here in this chat. I'm sure there are a few other players as well that are available that you can have a look at. But yeah, all right, we'll end it there. You can look to do Mateta to Watkins top and time if you wanted. Mateta to Watkins, and then see who else you can sell. Maybe Merino to try and buy Watkins with the budget. If you don't have enough budget, just sell Merino. But yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all on Friday for the deadline stream. 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes before the deadline, like last time. So I'll see you all then. Have a good night or good evening, and thank you all for watching. Out.